Okay, good morning, beautiful, lovely people. I am back again, as I had mentioned in my introduction video. I was missing a video, alright, and I had to build up back the motivation to come on here, come live, and speak to you guys the part that is missing so we can continue finishing out the book of 2nd Chronicles. So as we remember where we left off, we have a bit of an alliance through marriage with Judah and Israel. So they're having some sort of alliance, although their ideas are not completely aligned, and although their faith, we should say, is not completely aligned at this time. So I'm going to just start out with a quote. We're going to go into 2nd Chronicles part 6, starting in chapter 18. But this quote reads by Auden, the shield of Achilles. Out of the air, a voice without a face, proved by statistics that some cause was just, in tones as dry and level as the place. So as we have read this quote before, we compare this to, we have compared it in the past to the voice of God, right? Because oftentimes it comes to us without a face, but we are proven to trust it and to listen to it, even though it seems soft and quiet, maybe even a little bit dry and, with a level tone. We have to learn how to trust the voice of God, and when we hear it, to draw nearer to it, right? So that's just what I was going after with that quote. We'll see what else comes out of this. We were talking about in the introduction video about the speaker versus the listener and how we play both roles in our lives. We have to be the listener as well as the speaker many a times. And we actually have this prophet that we will talk about, Prophet Micaiah. I think that's how you say it, Micah or Michaiah. Micah was going and he's giving advice to the king because he is one of the only really good prophets left, okay? King of Israel says he does not want to listen because he always prophesies bad things, okay, against the king of Israel. So he thinks that Micah is a little bit biased, and he is, not really too keen on listening to him. But as we had talked about in our introduction, it's very important to recognize that voice of God, whether it's through another individual or whether it's that soft and level, quiet toned voice in your head, to make sure you heed and, pay attention. So let's go ahead and begin here, chapter 18. Ahab, king of Israel, asked Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, "Will you go to war with me against Ramoth Gilead?" But Jehoshaphat also said to the king of Israel, "First seek counsel of the Lord." The king of Israel answered Jehoshaphat, "There is still one prophet through whom we can inquire of the Lord, but I hate him, because he never prophesies anything good about me, but always bad. He is Micaiah, son of Imlah." Then they went to Micaiah. They asked him for advice nonetheless. Micaiah answered, "I saw all Israel scattered on the hills like sheep without a shepherd. Then the Lord said, 'These people have no master. Let each one go home in peace.'" The king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, "Didn't I tell you that he never prophesies anything good about me, but only bad?" Micaiah declared, "If you ever return safely, the Lord has not spoken through me. Mark my words, all you people." So the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, went up to Ramoth Gilead. So what are they doing? They are ignoring the warnings of Micaiah. Okay, so God said, hey, you can fight, but this will be the outcome. So maybe that was going to be the advice not to fight. Nonetheless, they're kings. The kings are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to follow their own lusts and desires and do what they want. So it says here, "Through me among many people," okay? All day long the battle raged, and the king of Israel, Ahab, propped himself up in his chariot facing the Arameans until evening. Then at sunset he died. Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, lived in Jerusalem, and he went out again among the people from Beersheba to the hill country of Ephraim. Then he turned back to the Lord, the God of their ancestors. He appointed judges in the land and in each of the fortified cities in Judah. He told them, consider carefully what you do, because you are not judging for mere mortals, but for the Lord, who is with you wherever you give a verdict. Now let the fear of the Lord be on you. Judge carefully, for with the Lord our God there is no injustice or partiality or bribery." Then Jehoshaphat stood up in the assembly of Judah and Jerusalem at the temple of the Lord in front of the new courtyard and said, "Lord, the God of our ancestors, are you not the God who is in heaven? You rule over all the kingdoms of the nations. Power and might are in your hand, and no one can withstand you. Our God, did you not drive out the inhabitants of this land before your people Israel, and give it forever to the descendants of Abraham your friend?" Then the Spirit of the Lord came on Jahaziel, son of Zechariah, the son of Benaiah, the son of Jael, the son of Mattaniah, a Levite, and a descendant of Asaph, as he stood in the assembly. He said, "Listen, King Jehoshaphat, and all who live in Judah and Jerusalem. This is what the Lord says to you. You will not have to fight this battle. Take up your position, stand firm, and see the deliverance the Lord will give you, Judah and Jerusalem. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Go out and face them tomorrow, and the Lord will be with you." Then, led by Jehoshaphat, all the men of Judah and Jerusalem returned joyfully to Jerusalem, for the Lord had given them cause to rejoice over their enemies. Okay, so that is the end of that section. I'm glad I was able to read it out to you today, and then we can continue on with our daily posting. We'll still be ahead of schedule, but that was my plan all along. But as we can just reflect on that reading just a little bit, right? God was speaking through individuals, right? And something we have to remember, you can't always predict what God is going to say. He doesn't always side with one way of being, right? In this example here, he told them that, there would be death and there would be error of, the king of Israel if they went and fought. So maybe he was erring towards peace in that way, but we don't actually know. He probably knew that they were going to fight. Well, he did know. He was just telling them what was going to happen. And then this second time he's saying, go ahead and stand your ground and fight, but I will actually grant you peace. So it was kind of an opposite effect both times he was speaking. So a lot of times we can't always predict what the Lord is saying, but through fasting, through prayer, right, becoming anointed, right, we can understand and we can listen to the voice of God. And no matter what situation you're in, please, it's very important to go to him with everything, even when you think it's something, that's apart from God or separate from God. Go to God. He is with everything, right? He is with everything. He does not have a category that he only works in or with. It's every little thing that we do in our lives we go to him for. Okay, don't think that, I'm not going to ask God for help for this because, he might not, side with me. Don't think that, right? Because he is involved in everything, every decision that you make. And if it is in God's will, he will assist you to triumph and be successful in whatever you do. So I know it's hard. Sometimes we like to hold on to our own, ambition and lust. We want to make things all about us. It's all us, nobody else. But make sure we are always acknowledging the Lord our God in every single thing we do, because he is within everything. So God bless you guys. I appreciate your patience. I'm sorry for leaving you for so long. I apologize. But thank you for just bearing with me. As you can maybe hint, I'm dealing with a lot of personal things myself, good things, wonderful things, productive things. But I will get back into my rhythm and get attuned and grounded with what we have going on here on this channel. So God bless you guys. Thank you for listening. Have a beautiful, wonderful day. And I will see you again very soon. Have a good one.